Aloha, this is Kai Pacha with the weekly Pele report. This one is for June 12th of 2013. I'm down here at the confluence. I don't know if you can see, I'm on one river. Here comes the other river right into it. This is the North Fork and the Middle Fork of the American River. A confluence where two rivers meet is a very special, sacred place, as Maiha illuminated me to on my last trip down there. Because it is the waters, and the waters come together, and it's very appropriate for today's report because we have Mercury and Venus in the sign of Cancer, the mother, the water. We've got the moon now in Leo, moving in through Virgo, Libra, into Scorpio by Tuesday. We have our half moon occurring on Sunday. Moon squaring the sun. So I'm going to find a nice place to sit down and tell you all about this. I don't want to go into too much astrology this time, but I have to say the big part of the report here is going to be about Lilith, because Lilith is at the solstice point of 0 degrees of Cancer as I speak right now. And she is very much associated with the mother. So, let's see what we got going here if I can find a spot. Aloha. Well, I better do this report. I sit down here at the river, I get lost in reverie, and I think of a million things and feel a million things, and I'd like to share them all. But it's easy to just kind of get carried away with the flow of the river and then get lost and forget what I was going to say in the first place. Oh man. Oh. Sorry. So, the big things for this week. The Sun is conjunct Jupiter, getting closer and closer and closer all week until next Wednesday, really, it's exact. And Black Moon Lilith is there at 0 degrees of Cancer. It's like I almost need to do a separate little vid on Black Moon Lilith. She's been in Gemini since last September. Comes around, is now going into Cancer, is going to be in Cancer until next February. And the Sun and Jupiter are going to come up and join Lilith. We're going to have a Sun-Jupiter-Lilith conjunction this solstice, the 21st, next week. Wow! That'll be a special report. And we're just building up to it now. And the images that I got for this report was, you know, one like we're ascending the pyramids in Egypt, getting ready for initiation into the deeper mysteries. Another image that I got was we're coming to a set of rapids in the river, you know, and we're flowing down the river. And it's time to like prepare. We're going to be making this transition. And this transition, you know, is important. This is a big time. We're bringing in a new paradigm. We have to look at the big picture. Since last December 21st, we're bringing in a new paradigm. And this new paradigm has to do with Black Moon Lilith. It has to do with the feminine. It has to do with our feelings. We've been suppressing our feelings through 6,500 years of patriarchy. Taught not to feel, taught that feelings don't count. We want results. We want visible, tangible things, not invisible, changeable things. We want to conquer nature, not flow with nature. Merge with nature, see ourselves as equal and one with nature. No, 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 man. It's been this hierarchy. Well, so coming into this flow, coming into Cancer, Jupiter's going to stay in Cancer. It's going to go in there next week and stay there for a year. We're coming out of Gemini into Cancer, out of the air into the water. Watch the ducks land. Watch the seagulls land on the water. That's kind of like what we're doing now. We're preparing our approach. And how do we prepare our approach the best? Well, you know, we're coming into this grand trine, Saturn, you know, up there in Scorpio, Neptune over there in Pisces. Right now, this week, Mars is square this Neptune-Chiron conjunction over there in Pisces. All right, I was not going to do so much astrology this week. I guess last week it was too much for somebody. I'll forget the astrology and just talk about what it, you know, the energy. Yeah, the energy. The energy and the mantra for this week, as we will see, is about coming out of the air into the water, coming out of the head into the feelings. The Sun-Jupiter conjunction can be overdosing. It's called combust. It's too much. Jupiter can make excessive amounts of sun, solar energy coming through Gemini, our left brain. This is a time when there can be a lot of change, a lot of stimulation, a lot of talking, a lot of ideas, a lot of blah, 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 a lot of confusion. Mars in Gemini is kind of schizophrenia. I want to go both ways at the same time. And then, of course, it's square Pisces. The two fish are going in opposite directions at the same time. Yeah, we're getting pulled. And why are we getting pulled? Because the brain, the mind, the thinking, the left brain is a tool of the ego and lives within this third dimensional polarized reality. Lives in duality. It's either this or that. And then we get torn with these decisions and these choices. And our thinking goes around, and we can justify, we can rationalize, you know, we can make just about anything okay. We can find a reason for anything. It's a story. That's what we want to be leaving behind. Now we're coming into feelings. And what we need to see is that our thoughts have their origins, have their roots in our feelings. Just think of when you wake up in the morning, you are feeling a certain way. And your thoughts spring out of those feelings. If you are feeling afraid, you will approach and have thoughts of what can go wrong, of what went wrong, of what's missing, of what, you know, I mean, how I need to protect myself, what's, you know, blah, 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 blah. If you are waking up and you are feeling great, you are going to think, your thoughts are going to jump to the positive. It's just, you know, it's, so as we see, and we don't get lost in these thoughts or these reasons, or take them as being real, but we use them to go down, to go in. Remember, Mercury was the only god, the thought, the thinking, Mercury, messenger of the gods. He could go down into the underworld and come back. Our thoughts can take us into our feelings. They can illuminate our feelings. And with Mercury and Venus in Cancer, this is, you know, this is what we want. Our feelings are our emotions. Feelings are in the moment. Emotions are remembered feelings, leftover feelings. Let's use our thoughts to go back into our emotions, which have their roots in the past and in our childhood and past lives and in the womb, in utero, in order to really let go, in order to learn what we need to learn and let go of what we need to let go of, so that our future is not a recreation of the past. You know what I'm talking about? Feelings want to be felt, and once they're felt, they can go away. They serve their purpose. They gave us a new insight, a new approach, a new lesson. We don't want to get lost in the past, lost in the emotions, lost in the childhood, lost in the memories. One of the major things we're learning right now is to let go of the past. That's the major lesson to be learning from the past. And let's not forget. We can go into the past, oh, I had an abusive childhood, oh, that relationship didn't work, oh, and we can create all kinds of things that we need to learn from that. But really, think about the river. You know, you go through a set of rapids, you're riding the river of life, and we're going up and down. And we don't learn by, stop the boat, stop the river, I gotta go back and learn something. No, it's like, you know what, I went through that rapid, I leaned the wrong way. Yeah, I'm coming up to another one. I'm gonna lean a little differently. I'm gonna flow, I'm gonna follow the feeling. And I don't need to fix anything, I don't need to change anybody, I don't need to go back up the river, move those rocks around, so nobody else gets hurt there. Nobody else flips their boat. You know? It's like surfing. It's like you're coming up to these rapids. We want to prepare ourselves now by getting into our bodies. You put your feet down in, you lower your center of gravity. Get down in the boat so that you cruise and you flow and you move. So that's what we're doing. We're coming into this Cancer. So the Sun Jupiter is going to be, you know what? Lots of changes. Flow with the change. Make the change. Go for it. Let go of the fears and let go of the past and shoot for it. We're heading up the steps of that temple. There's going to be big ceremony here. Cancer, this is really a powerful time of sowing the seeds of creation that are going to blossom into a garden of delight. We got a garden of delight coming. Talk about that more next week and the week after. The Grand Trine in water coming up here. It's going to be awesome. Late June and July. So it's like, shoo. Feel the joy. Don't get lost in the story. Here comes the wind, helping us along. So, the mantra for this week. My thoughts emerge from my feelings like a plant grows out of the earth. To find the root of my happiness, I must loosen and dig in the dirt. Yeah. Love it, man. What is it now? My thoughts emerge from my feelings like plants that grow out of the earth. To find the roots of my happiness, I must loosen and dig in the dirt. You know, the farmer, we got to plow up, we got to feel our feelings in order to release them and let them go so we enter the rapids, enter the future unencumbered by the past. Namaste, aloha, so much love. All right, I have to close with the rapids that we're approaching. There they are, man. But even more than that, I can't believe it. You know, the muse, the source of this Pele report, lies right in front of me right now. Do you see it? Do you see it? I'm going to zoom up. I can't even see it. There it is. It is a plant. It could be a tree growing out of the river. Oh my God. Meditate on that for a while. How did that happen? The tenacity, the desire, the will to live, to grow. So powerful, so huge in that plant. It did not get washed away. It found a little niche. It found a little couple rocks under there. And that thing is going to grow in the middle of the river. And the river is not exactly at its highest right now either. And that thing is more than a year old. It's amazing. Inspiring. Have a great week.